Hi, in the work of Fanny Hensel's art song, she utilizes the interactions between harmony and melody to demonstrate the ambiguity of keys between F major and D minor, thus reveal to the audience the romantic melancholy feeling, also sense of relief, peacefulness between from the measures 14 to 21. In the measure 14 to 18, we know that there is a unique constructions of harmony and melody that makes F major highly intertwined with the quality of sadness, which is not usually done within such a bright and delightful major key. And you may wonder why it is F major in measure 14 to 18. It is because of this chord progression. We can see that the chord starts with F major and ends up with F major with a strong PAC from 5 to 1. And also, we can see clearly that its structure is from tonic to predominant. Here, the sixth chord in F major, D minor chord, acts like the predominant chord, leading us to conventional 6/4, which is a really strong dominant chord, and then back to tonic. So this gives us a feeling, the structure of the progression of like F major here. It's kind of like bright and relief. Okay, not too bad. But does it really sound like that? It actually does not sound like bright major quality at all. It's more sounds like it's like kind of like relates to the minor quality in the major key. So what kind of things contributes to that? It's because of the special chords and accidentals in the major in the passage contributes to that. So what are those special chords? These are the augmented D minor chord and then diminished B7th chord, even sharp here and more tensional, and also the sixth chord in F major, the D minor. So these three chords, I would say that it gives a really minor and sad feeling contributing to the passage. These chords acting like a shock or like ghost when you're walking back to your home during the late night. You feel like really beautiful sky and really peaceful moon under the F major. However, there's some darkness around you that makes you feel really tensional and struggling and sad because of the existence of these chords. And then this chord also acts like the transitions between a chord to another chord. From 6 to conventional 6/4, the augmented D minor acts in the middle, transitioning from that to that. Also the diminished chord as well, transitioning back to the tonic. So these are the reason why. And also the bass line contributes to the sadness. There's some chromaticism adding to the bass line here. And then we can see that it feels like lemon bass. Feel like when you're walking back to home, you have to go through a lot of struggle inside of your heart, a lot of controversy, and then eventually back to the tonic PAC there. So it took a lot of like patience and like efforts to back to the PAC, and also sad and like lemonness in the whole process. This is what like this passage creates. Besides the dissonance and the harmony, we can see that melody, although it has sound like dissonant like notes on the weak beat, like the passing tone, non-chord tone, that's circled by the green color in the weak beat, we can still see that the melody line is more like cavernous. It is like stepwise, really elegant and beautiful, and even there's a little leap. but it recovered by a stepwise motion down. So really beautiful and elegant, and those like non-chord tones contributes to the beauty in the melody part. However, the melody also has a sadness, like the dissonant, I would say, that into it makes it more like peaceful on the surface, but sad inside, crying inside, which is the A flat note that contributes to in the melody part. A flat notes in the F major blues scale is it's like that, and also in the F minor, it is an F minor chord in F major. It's a minor chord in major key, so it's really surprising and really cool spot in here. So it contributes to the sadness in here. What would happen if it is a minor key, a major key, without the minor quality, accidentals, or harmony and melody? That would be more straightforward and more bright and delightful without those like struggling, tragedy like feeling. Be like that. Really straightforward and bright, and then without struggle. But this is not the author wants to present. So in terms of the texture, we can see that it has a really big contrast between the bass line and the melody. Because it is going in the contrary motion, the bass line is like bass part is acting like bass, and the upper voice is more like up, and down is more down. So they are both goes to an extreme direction. So the timbre of this feeling is more like there's a lot of contrast and a lot of conflict in here. So this kind of the conflict in the texture contributes to the controversy, the struggle, intentional sadness, peaceful but sad inside. This kind of feeling that the author want to present to us. And also the rhythm and meters contributes to such a sad, a controversial feeling and struggle feeling inside them. The rhythm is grouped into 3 in this subdivision, and in this hypermeter we can also be like dotted note in here, like, so it is a compounded grouping. It is not a sample grouping. So like compounded grouping always will be like more like complex, so it contributes to the complexity in the meter for the contributes to like controversy for the passage. And also in the second measure, the second half is measure 18 to 21. It has a really big contrast with the previous part because it transitioning from F major to D minor. It is showing the core theme of like melancholy feeling, of like sad lament feeling to the audience. It is like before it is hidden in the F major, but it is like kind of like reveals out the sadness to the people, reveal the scar to people. So we can see that it also uses really classical like chord progression and then leading tone dominant chord back to D minor with a PAC here. And this kind of like sadness mood, sadness theme is also a motif for this piece, because we can see that the same passage, the same construction also shows up, repeats from measure 5, 7, 8, 9 and it repeats again from measure 18, 19 to 21.